Welcome back to my channel where we talk about things on the internet that I find amusing and wish to share with you all. TV talent shows always seem to do pretty well across the world. I remember watching American Idol in the early 2000s thinking it was the coolest thing ever. It seemed like a cultural phenomenon since going to school the next day, everyone seemed to be updated as to what was going on and who was moving on to the next round and whatnot. Of course, not just American Idol, but there's also The Voice, The X Factor, America's Got Talent. All of these have very loyal audiences. I mean, there's a reason that the Got Talent series has several different spin-offs in a bunch of different countries now. It's just super popular. What if there was a show that was the anti-joke of talent shows? Almost the equivalent of a shitpost for reality TV. I want to show you Superstar USA, which originally aired on the WB for just one season. It's a singing talent show, but with a catch. Let's take a look. Fair warning, this was back in 2004, so get ready for a heavy early 2000s vibe, from capris to frosted tips.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Brian McFadden here in Hollywood, home to the WB Superstar USA. It's the most anticipated show of the year. You know, people said we couldn't do it. People said we shouldn't do it, but we did. A hoax so ambitious, you won't believe your eyes or ears. Thousands of singers auditioned, all believing that we were searching for America's best singer. But we're not. We're actually searching for America's worst singer. And to pull it off, we enlisted dozens of crew members, teams of dancers, and hundreds of screaming fans, all to create the illusion of a real talent show. Now, why did we do this? Because we were bored by all the cookie-cutter pop idols being crammed down our throats. Now, forget talent, forget vocal ability. We're looking for a true entertainer, someone who is fun to watch. But on our show, it's not enough for singers to be bad. They have to believe they're great.
I'm a superstar because I am a star in itself. I have charisma, and you guys will have to see.
So yeah, basically the template or idea for the show is that they're taking contestants the same way as they would for an American Idol audition, but they're looking for the worst singers who are also really confident and back up their performances. And of course, the contestants don't know this. Two of the hosts were popular superstars at the time, Tone Loc and Vitamin C, and then one producer for the show named Christopher Briggs, who had this to say when asked about the show's controversy.
So what do you say to people who think the show is cruel and offensive?
I'd have to say, you.
I think the idea for the show is pretty cruel in itself, but Briggs' answer here really outlines the show's true motive, which is just to be edgy and stand out, even if it's at someone else's expense. We'll talk more about this later.
Inside the audition room, our panel of experts faced two distinct challenges. Challenge number one, how to look unimpressed and completely bored by all the good singers.
All that's left is a band of gold. All that's left are the dreams I hold is a band of gold.
Stop. We're looking for a superstar, and you don't quite have the voice.
I just don't think you're right for this show.
I think it was kind of, let me use the word whack.
And challenge number two, how to heap praise on bad singers while keeping a straight face.
Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate everyone around the world, come on.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was great.
I thought you rocked the mic, Playboy. You handled your biz, so congratulations. You're one step closer to being a superstar.
Thank you.
One of the comments on this even says, "This is you laugh, you lose in real life." Which is so true. You have to act super unimpressed when someone actually blows you away with their voice, and if someone sucks, you have to encourage them.
And the hoax gets even bigger when they're given the superstar treatment. They'll receive image enhancements, work with vocal coaches, learn dance moves, face the media, and shop for expensive cars and multi-million-dollar homes.
I love it.
If they weren't already misleading the contestants enough, the people who move on get blueballed into thinking that they're really a superstar by looking at mansions and nice cars. I don't know how anyone associated with the production of the show has a backbone. They're constantly making these backhanded compliments to the people who are terrible at singing.
You hit some notes. I don't even know how you hit them. Do you have both your testicles?
Yes.
You're not missing one?
No.
All right, well,
And I think I have a higher voice than a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Like, I can hit the high notes that no one else can hit.
You can hit notes that I couldn't even imagine dogs hitting.
Comparing your singing to what does that even mean? And I know back in the early 2000s, things were a lot different as far as what was acceptable, but there are some jokes that would totally not fly today, regardless if they're not being serious.
Okay, Teresa, I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Great.
The bad news is you are not a strong singer. The good news is you're hot, and I would love to take you out to dinner.
One of the best singers the panel encountered was Doreen, who traveled all the way from Canada for her shot at fame.
Oh, Canada, we...
It actually makes me sick to listen to the Canadian national anthem. This is Superstar USA. I'm so tired of Canadians coming across the border and taking superstar jobs from American superstars, Bryan Adams and Loverboy and Celine Dion. I'm not having it. I can't, not on my watch.
Different times, man. Anyways, I think you guys get the gist of the show. Briggs is here for the jokes.
I think it's appropriate that you sang a song by Climax because that was better than sex.
And Tone Loc and Vitamin C are kind of just there. I'm not going to go through all the episodes, although there are some really funny and interesting people to watch on here.
Hot lovin' every night.
What I really want to focus on is the winner and her reaction, so let's take a look at the reveal.
Jamie. Well, Jamie, we believe there's much more to being a superstar than just musical talent. Singing is only a small part of the superstar package. As you can see, we were looking for a person with such an unconditional belief in their own ability that nothing could stop them. Not even a lousy singing voice. Jamie, there's a twist to this show. We really weren't looking for America's Best Singer. We were looking for someone who thought they were America's Best Singer. Jamie, we lied to you when we said you were a great singer. But we didn't lie to you about how much this audience loves you right now. Am I right, guys? Watching you perform is an experience none of us will ever forget. And we're honored to present you with a $50,000 talent and recording deal. How do you feel about that?
That's great.
But wait. There's more. For being such a good sport, we're also going to give you another $50,000 for a grand, no, I won't shut up, for a grand total of $100,000. Congratulations, Jamie. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear it for Jamie, the WB's Superstar USA.
So yeah, they kind of let her down easy and hype her up, and from what I've seen, it really worked. No public freakout or anything. She handled it pretty well. At first I thought she was going to cry or something, but she seemed pretty satisfied with the $100,000. They even broke the news to the other finalists, Mario and Rosa, and they also just seemed super ecstatic about the money they got. I know earlier I said that the show was damaging to the contestants, but I guess I was way wrong about that. I found a TV Guide interview transcript with Jamie, aka the girl who won, where she had this to say. When the interviewer asked, now that the show has made a laughingstock of her, would she even want to do this interview? She said, "Of course I do. I'm very happy with the outcome. Seriously, I do not care at all that it was a joke. This is just like an unbelievable experience." And they asked if she had any suspicion that the show was pranking her, and she said kinda. All she really had to say was that she was kind of surprised, but other than that, super good sport about it. Clearly she has no regrets, prank or not, which I think is amazing of her to have this attitude. I know for a fact that I would have been pretty pissed had I found this out. It's just so embarrassing more than anything. I definitely think this show could be damaging to some people because I doubt every person would take it the same way that Jamie did, so hats off to her. Another strange thing about the show is that its creator is Mike Fleiss, who is responsible for creating The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, producing Shark Night, and a handful of other smaller movies and projects. I find it funny that this is something he made in his past because it seems like just such an outlier. I guess reality TV kind of has no boundaries and he really used that to his advantage. The show wasn't that successful, and we can see that because it only aired for one season. But when you think about it, it really only could air for one season because after the first season aired, everyone would know that the show is really just trying to find the worst singer. So I guess the second season might have a bunch of people actually competing to be the worst singer, knowingly. Anyways, to wrap things up, I just wanted to highlight how weird and bizarre of an idea this whole show is. I think we all can agree the early 2000s were just a different breed with what was acceptable and how things were done. That's all I have for you guys. It's a pleasure being back. I'm sorry I missed last week. I had a kick-ass vacation in Alaska. If you liked, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Comment if you'd like. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next Friday.